We believe that the world must continue to increase both the levels of ambition and pace of greenhouse gas emission reductions to meet the aims of the Paris Agreement. As one of the world's largest and most diversified mining companies, BHP has the opportunity to set a global example by managing down its fossil fuel business. Instead, in the last 2 years, our company has divested its oil and gas business to Woodside Energy and several of its coal mines to Whitehaven Coal, a pure play coal company that is notorious in the community for its numerous environmental breaches. As undiversified fossil fuel companies, these two entities will no doubt seek to extract coal, oil and gas for as long as they can. Does BHP understand that divesting itself of these dirty projects to these companies will almost certainly lead to increased emissions and make it more difficult for the goals of the Paris Agreement to be reached?
Thanks for the question, Mr. Fuller. So yes, we have divested a number of assets. I think let's start with the metallurgical coal. Just again, for the benefit of shareholders, metallurgical coal is used for steel making. And as I mentioned in my speech, steel is very important in order to facilitate the decarbonization objectives that the world has, because you need steel for infrastructure, you need steel for wind turbines, you need steel for solar panels, you need steel for hydroelectric. So steel is a critical input to our objectives to decarbonize the world. The problem with that is that steel also emits. And we're working very hard on a number of Scope 3 initiatives with our steelmaking customers in order to reduce the emissions in the steel supply chain. We're doing that through the optimization of materials. We're working with them on carbon capture and storage. We're working with them on opportunities for new processing. So we are working with our customers that represent about 19% of global steel supply to decarbonize the steel supply chain. So just important to understand, the metallurgical coal in that context. In terms of the divestments that we've made, if you look at any of the Paris-aligned scenarios, most of them, most plausible ones, when you get out to 2050, the steel process is still using metallurgical coal. And so our objective as a company is to position ourselves at the highest quality energy coals because they have the lowest emission profile per ton of steel produced. And so we're moving in that direction. That was the reason why we've divested BMC, and that's the reason why we've divested the two assets that you talked about, Blackwater and Daunia. Now, in terms of responsible divestment, we've divested the metallurgical coal assets to Whitehaven Coal. They're an ASX-listed company. They've made commitments around following industry best practice. They've delivered strong financial performance, which is important for rehabilitation. They have an experienced management team, and they have published a roadmap to reduce operational emissions in line with Australia's safeguard mechanism. So we would review them as a responsible operator.